LDBC. This is your boy, Coach Shelton Harrison. You're live on the Coach Shelton Harrison Combat Sports Show live. Okay, guys, got a message from a longtime subscriber. You know, he said he's very depressed and he lost his job. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make two videos for you. The first video is going to be how to keep the job that you already have. Okay, how to keep the job that you're going to get. And the second video is how to get a job. But I'm going to start with this one first, and you'll understand why as I get through the video. How to keep the job that you're going to get. Okay? See, the majority of people that lose their job the most, and this was kind of strange to me, but most people lose their job because of coming on time and leaving on time. Yeah, and I found that kind of funny. I really found that a funny thing. And, I would think it'd be employee thefts, cussing out the boss, or just, doing a bad job on the job. But no, it's coming early, or it's not coming on time and leaving early. See, I got a thing, I have coworkers all the time that they leave early. They leave early from the job. And I'll tell you something, if, my boss set in stone, look, y'all can't leave the job until 3:30. That's what time I leave or later. I have coworkers all the time that leave 10 or 15 minutes early. And, they'll say, hey, we can go. It's time to, we can go now. No, it's not time to go because the boss said 3:30. Oh, man, he ain't gonna know. He ain't even here today. 15 minutes, he ain't gonna know. Yeah, but I know. See, I know. Because, see, what you have to do on that job, you've got to establish yourself as a person of integrity. And a person of integrity, they're not leaving the job 15 minutes early because the boss not looking. They're not leaving that job. I know I left 15 minutes early if I left 15 minutes early. Even when, the boss done came by, hey, man, y'all did a good job. Go ahead and leave. I still don't. I try to be productive from the time that I'm there. I'm more of a rule follower, okay? And it's not, well, you brown nose? No, actually, I don't brown nose. I don't kiss up to I don't do any of that. Because I think, too, that they pick up on that when, I've seen people brown nose all the time. And these are the first people to get let go when there are reductions. I swear, the people that's tap dancing and buck dancing, those are the first people that I see that's let go. And they're trying to establish a relationship with the boss and trying to be buddy with him. And he already know what you're trying to do. She already know what you're trying to do. They already know. They just play along with you because they get you to really just be their little do boy or do girl. They get you to do that because they know you do dumb stuff. And they'll have you doing some of the most derogatory and humiliating things within a job that, you shouldn't be doing. But they'll have you doing it anyway because they know you stupid. And they know you dumb like that, and they know that you really just want to get up under their wing and just be around the boss. See, I don't do that. And I don't brown nose with the boss. I never do that at any job, and you better get that. You see, I've set a level of integrity on any job that I set that my boss come at me a whole different way than he come at anybody else because I don't put up with no foolishness. Okay? I do my job. And another thing that I don't do is I don't sit in a room of people and just have conversation about my boss. Like, well, I don't like the way he do this. I can't stand him for this. He get on my, I don't do that. Because see, number one, that's the same person that you're relying on for your paycheck. That's who you're relying on for your paycheck. I don't care whether or not you like your boss or not. That's who you're relying on for your paycheck. So, see, there's a level of integrity. See, and when the boss, they come around and they looking, to see who's around who. Because I'm going to tell you, when you and those little groups talking, trust me, your boss will find out. Because, see, there's always somebody in a group that's trying to brown nose with the boss. There's always somebody. And they'll rat you out. See, when you're not there in those groups, they can't say that you were there saying these things. And there's always somebody. There's always somebody that's going to go back and, they're going to go to master and they're going to rat you out. I promise you. If you're in there having those conversations. Coach Shelton Harrison don't do that. I don't do that. See, what I do is I have a respect, for my boss. I don't care what his political views are. I just, we don't have those discussions at work. I don't ask him about his political views. I don't care. You know what? As long as he's not disrespecting me or saying any kind of crazy negative racial things, I'm good. I'm good. Okay? I just do my job. I do exactly what I've been hired to do. That's it. I'm not trying to be his buddy. I'm not getting in a room talking with other employees about him. I ain't doing that. And see, when your boss notice that you are separating yourself because you want to do the best, be the best on that job, they begin to take notice. I mean, I want y'all to listen to me. Your boss begins to take notice. And, you're on his mind. You're on his mind. And then, he started coming to you, hey, you know what? You think you can handle this. And then you start getting promotion. Then you start to see this results in bigger pay. And you ain't had to sell your soul. You ain't had to tap dance. You ain't had to buck dance. You ain't had to do none of that. You just go and do what you're told. You just be a person of integrity. You become a person of integrity. And that's all you got to be. If you have integrity and if you do your job to the utmost, to the utmost potential that you have in your body, your boss is going to respect you. You're going to get a promotion. There's going to be a raise. And if you got to leave that job, you know what? They're going to hate to see you go. They're going to hate to see you go. They're going to either want to promote you, they're going to want to pay you more money, or they're going to hate to see you go. That's if you are a person of integrity. That's how it is. The next thing I'm going to give you is, are you thorough in your job? Are you thorough? I mean, are you half doing stuff? Are you making mistakes that's costing the company money every day? I mean, are you thorough? Look in the mirror. Are you somebody think, would you hire you? Would you work for you? Okay, would you work for you? Would you give you a job? I mean, are you costing money? I mean, are you the guy leaving early, not coming on time? Is that you? Are you the guy in a room talking about the boss? Are you the guy that's trying to, brown nose with the boss? Are you tap dancing? Are you buck dancing at work? Is that you? Are you that guy? Because if you are, look in the mirror. Now you see why you've been let go. But if you have a level of integrity, and if you're thoroughness on your job, are you thorough? Are you checking to make sure that it's correct to the best of your ability? Are you checking to see if you're doing it right? Are you doing it? Because if you are not, and if you got mistakes over and over and over, see, when it's time to lay people off, the first person they're going to look at is you. They're going to look at you. Well, this person, costing us money. He still ain't getting it right. It ain't thorough. Every time he do something, he F it up. I mean, see, is your boss having these conversations about you? See, the conversation that your boss need to have when it's time to do promotions or layoffs, it should be, no, not him. He's one of the most valuable employees that I got. Comes on time, leaves on time, does his job to the best of his ability. And I'm just saying. Now, I know somebody going to say, well, what about if your boss racist? I worked for a boss who I knew straight up was racist. Straight up. But I'm going to tell you, I applied these same principles. I didn't try to brown nose with him. Our conversation, I kept it to a minimum. I did my job. And when he figured out that, wait a minute, you know what? I can't interact with him like that. I can't interact with him like that. That was his whole stand. When he came to me, he had a posture. He had a posture. He addressed me, yes, sir, no, sir. I mean, this boss, and I knew for a fact he was straight up. He was straight up a racist. But, I did my job. I did my job. And when I left that company, when I left that particular company, he was trying to give me a promotion. But honestly, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it for that much longer because, I was being addressed, and then, and some of the other people that worked around me, because I was a person of integrity. And I just straight up, I looked him in the eye. Whenever I talked, I said, look here, this is what I'm doing, A, B, and C. And I got this done. And, that's it, Here's my proposal. I checked my stuff. I double checked my stuff. I triple checked my stuff. Never had to be reprimanded. Never even thought. Every time he saw me, it was always, hey, you know what? Want a promotion? Hey, we'll pay you more money to do this. Hey, if you do this, I can definitely get you a promotion in this area. But I had to leave because I can't, for a long period of time, I can't deal with people with these crazy views. I just can't. So I left. But when I left the job with a good name. Now, there's somebody that clearly, I won't say racist, maybe more of a prejudice. But clearly, look, there's always a job position for you here. If you choose to return, there is a job. See, that's where you want to be when you go to a job. See, this ain't selling out. This ain't selling your soul This is how you get ahead in corporate America, or any job you work. This is how you get ahead without selling your soul and buck dancing. You got to have integrity. If you have no integrity, then how? How do you think that you're going to be afforded these promotions and these raises that so many people cry about? And people look in the mirror. I mean, do you wonder why your boss don't want to give you a raise? And I've never been on a job, and I've been on some crazy jobs. I've never been on a job where they have not wanted to give me a raise, give me a promotion, and they hated to see me go because I apply these principles. And I did these principles day in and day out. Even the most, really ridiculous bosses, they will start to promote you. Even if they hate your guts, they'll promote you. Even if they don't like your skin color, they will promote you. Because see, one thing about people is they're greedy, especially people that own companies. They're greedy. They care about green more than they do color. And they may not even like your color, but they care about green more. And if you can make them some money, they're going to pay you to do it. Folks, that's just the way that is. That's how it is. See, you ain't got to sell. You ain't got to have your soul broke. You ain't got to do none of that. All you got to do is be a person of integrity. You got to be thorough on your job. You got to come at the right time. You got to leave at the right time. You got to have integrity. You can't be sitting around brown nosing with the boss. You can't be sitting in a room, talking junk about the boss like everybody else. And then this is the person that you depend on for your salary. See, you can't do it. You see, there's an imbalance. There's an imbalance in this whole thing. And you got to have balance. And I'm sorry. And in the universe, and I'll just say this, God can't honor you. Because see, when you on that job, okay, you got to be honorable on that job. You got to be a man or woman of honor when you on that job. And if you're not a man or a woman of honor on that job, okay, if you're not a man or woman of honor on that job, then you can't expect honorable results when you want to keep your job. That's just how it is. And the last thing that I'm going to leave you with, if you got a job, get up and go to work. If you got a job, get up and go to work. I don't miss days of work. I'm thankful that I have a job. I'm thankful that God gave me a job. I don't skip days of work. I don't miss days. I go to work. I go to work every chance I get because I'm thankful for the job that I have. Now, I'm not going to be at my job because my gym is my passion. And I know my gym is going to one day eventually, replace my salary at work. That's fine. I get that. But I'm thankful for the job because when I leave my job, when I finally leave the job that I'm on, you know what? They're going to do the same thing. They're going to hate to see me go. They're going to try to promote me. They're going to try to give me more money to do something else within the job. So I won't leave. I already know. I mean, I don't do things at work. I don't do certain things. I don't brown nose with the boss. I'm not tap dancing. I don't do any of that. I just do my job and I do it with integrity. And you gain respect. You gain respect. But now, once this happened, now you better listen to this. And you better listen to this carefully. Once you start doing this, you're going to have people that's going to plot and scheme on you. And they're going to try to bring you down. They will try to do it. But don't fear, because when they start to plot and scheme, when they start doing all that stuff, those people are going to be let down. Those people are going to be let go. Those people will be moved out of your way. Because see, these are the dang principles. You can be a heathen. You ain't got to believe in God. And if you do what I'm telling you to do, I guarantee you, when these people start hating on you and plotting on you and scheming on you, they will be removed from your vision. And you'll no longer have to deal with that. I guarantee you. Because, see, you're already following these principles. See, your boss already knows that you're a person of integrity. Your boss already knows that you're going to come on time and leave on time. Your boss already knows that he don't see you in these groups talking about. See, your boss will know these things. And when your boss understands that what your integrity is and what you're about, then you know what they're going to do? They're going to show you favor. You're going to always have favor on that job. You're going to always have favor. You got to understand that, okay? See, we're in a society where we as African American men, okay, we as black men, we got one strike against us, okay? So what you have to do is you have to have integrity, and that levels up the playing field. Do your job better than everybody else and do it better than everybody else. That's the mindset that you got to have. I don't like nobody doing anything better at my job than me. I don't like it. And see, if you're at your job and if somebody is better on your job than you, then there's a problem. I strive to be the best. I strive to be better. And the last thing I'm going to leave you with is never stop trying to learn something new to better yourself on the job. Always look to know more than what you already know. Because when you go to work and you just do the same thing over and over and over, your mind becomes stagnant. No, you got to look to actually, be an asset. You have to look to actually do more that's going to help the company flow. Because when you finally leave, you get to cash out. And that, my friends, is just the way that is. Stay tuned for part 2. This is your boy, Coach Shelton Harrison. I'm done. What are you waiting on? Subscribe.